Okay, we're back at it again. This would be part 2. You know, starter colony, but post update upgrade season 2 we calling it. So this would be season 2, part 2, episode 2, whatever. Yep, mopping up this water. You know, the ice from up top. Our top is still busted open. That's crazy. Like all that good polluted oxygen. That 1, 2, 3, 4 high, and then 1 up. Yep. Yeah, we're gonna need to block this off ASAP, cause no sir. Yeah. So you see that? I guess we get a lot of meteor showers that are ice up here, and so you can be surprised how much water 1 little cube of ice is. It'll just seem like it just keeps on flowing water out over and over and over again. They need to get up here and cover this up, man, because we can't just be losing all that good polluted oxygen. We got a little situation. Look, water again. See, there's bottles there, but the ice is continually melting. Yeah, so I gotta keep it cleaned up because they walk through water, they get the little negative debuff. Oh no, wet feet, and we want to maintain. Yeah. We're going to 12. So Ada and Twinkle Toes. Okay. Look at that. Her morale is only 2. She's new here. She starts off with like 5% stress, but in time, her morale's gonna buff up. She eats in that Great Hall +6. She goes to sleep in a good bed +1, 2, or 3, depending on where she sleeps. You know, so look at these guys. Morale 27. It's crazy. So it's a combination of speccing them into careers that they like. They have that heart. They get a +1 each time. So you don't want to burden your dupes with too many skills that they're not interested in. Then they'll have a bad time with it, and it'll take more, you know, activities to keep them happy. Whew. 33, 34. This one's 21. That's how much headspace they have to take on new things. Yeah, Ada's in one of those, the new DLC beds. That's not giving it that much of a buff like the lofts up top, Bella Vista up there, you know? So we're not doing sandbox. Ooh, look at the temperatures. We got that hot spam over here. The center of the base was heating up from all those algae oxidizers. I mean, you know, creating algae creates a lot of heat. I'm thinking about coming down here. We're going down here for the algae, but we could also make it a sink, right? And get some of that carbon that's over there in that area above out of the way. Let it drop down all the way down here. Let there be an exchange of gases. Let the polluted water from down here off gas some of that, and then the carbon drops down here. All right. Just a passive exchange of gases that'll benefit the dupes on their movement back and forth. We also keep getting this algae. You never know. Algae's a nice sneaky targeted oxygen source. So it's like if we need, we can just put one building up here. It's getting good. These volves, shovels, they are a lot of meat, but they're a hassle to tame. They take a lot. They eat the regolith. Regolith is like space sand, right? It moves, it falls like sand, but it holds a lot of heat. It can hold a lot of heat. We're eventually gonna need some suits. There goes, it's still water, a lot of ice melting. Got the bedrooming. Oh, I see a glossy, yeah. So we can get some plastic, so we can get legit plastic, because these beds in those comfy rooms, they were made with plastic. And I know that was during sandbox mode, because look, our Dracos haven't mutated to glossy Dracos yet. And glossy Dracos is how you get plastic using the shearer. You just have to feed them meal wood. That's why I have those planter pots in there. Feed them meal wood, and over their lifetime, they'll start producing glossy eggs. I'm looking for the oldest. But the problem is, I don't want to kill the oldest to propagate more eggs in here, because the oldest have the most meal lice in their system. So they have the higher percentage of making a glossy egg, right? So this is counterintuitive. Usually you kill off the old ones for barbecue and keep it moving with the young. But I want to let the oldest live longer so they can produce more glossy eggs, and eventually turn that whole farm into a glossy egg farm. Glossy Draco, that is. Over here, I don't have to worry about that. I can just get the oldest guys. And these guys are old. My guys, they usually don't live past 25. Yeah, art imitating life. But because I guess during sandbox mode, I was more focused on decor and leveling up stuff. I hadn't been keeping up with that. You see the sweepers picking up the meat, sending it directly to the kitchen. So I just come in and execute a couple hatches, and then they travel to the kitchen to be made into barbecue. Yeah, this room is coming together. We need to cap it off after that's built, and then it'll fill up with polluted oxygen until we can transition into legit oxygen. Some good stuff. Cover this up. We might need to make that 2 or 3 layers thick, but we'll let the, what do you call it? Suit wearing dupes handle that. Yep. The checkpoint, so they have to go through. It's looking good up here. The oxygen will stabilize and get strong and condensed now, instead of going out into the atmosphere. Like I said, 3 wide is the way for to promote airflow, strong airflow. It'll be okay. You eventually need to start treating them for the slime lung. It slows them down a lot, right? Yeah. The showers, they keep them happy, but they also scrub them of any germs that they might be moving around the colony with and contaminating, right? So they shower every day because, you know, it's bath time, and it nullifies any dirt, any pollutions, any toxins that's on them. Look at this. I set this to be done, but look, I didn't get this out the way first, so they never came here. So I still want that water level though. And look at it, the carbon is still very thick over there. That's from all these cycles. That's just the accumulation over time. This one right here too, he's been just living his life. And I'm wondering why, but the door has been locked for a lot of cycles. Now, over here, I'm noticing we're having power issues, right? The hydrogen is not fueling. And then I'm like, oh, I got too many. I had a surplus of hydrogen. The surplus, the buffer is gone. And now it can't keep up. So I have to regulate that. It's a little bit of gas. Yeah, it's not. At first I thought it was a smart battery issue, but it wasn't. It was straight up the hydrogen. As you can see, I filled up this whole pipe to. Another thing with the Dracos, they need hydrogen in the room, not for anything but to promote more scale growth, so you get more shears out of them per cycle. So I did that. These don't need power. They're just places to store eggs. Let's unburden the power station and see if we could recapture some of this hydrogen back into our system and get a buffer going again, right? So let's disconnect that. It's not going to be able to go through because we have that bridge dictating the direction it goes, right? But if I separate it at the bridge, I could at least get this. And I'm looking and it's like, okay, we got two different hydrogens being fed by the main hydrogen that's filtering out, but it's still prioritizing that line that's going up to the Dracos. That needs to stop. I really need a buffer at the to collect the hydrogen. These two tanks are collecting the hydrogen and oxygen, and then it goes through a filter. I need that filtered hydrogen that's less than 1,000 kilograms. The big squares is 1,000. I need that to sit in a tank instead of sitting in tubes that's bypassing the hydrogen generators. So this is what I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to figure out where I can put it. Gotta make sense with the piping. And, so we could stop this power hesitation. I decided to put it back here. And then the line that's currently feeding the two generators, I'm gonna hop over them eventually, and then feed them into that reservoir. I really got to get them to stop walking through this water. I thought the level would, they got the wheezeworts from the snow area. Yeah, we gotta help them out. Let's be real. They just need a good gantry to just walk across and not have to get sopping wet anymore. Yeah. We got that algae. We got as much as we could. I think we should drop this water, consolidate it, and let it all just become low-key another carbon sink. Those sinks are lifesavers because dealing and managing all of the carbon can be a headache, and there's only so much room for gases, and the space that the carbon takes up means less room for your oxygen. So it may not even be a case of, oh, we haven't made enough oxygen. It just doesn't have the space in the breathable areas. So I just need it out of there anytime. Night owl, bottomless stomach. That's not really an issue for us. Yeah. Gene in the building. We're at 11. One more we make our new 4. He's a night owl. That's good because that schedule is a night shift type of schedule. Okay, we got the oxygen is oxygenated, polluted, by the way, but we'll eventually set this up. We really need to deal with the hydrogen situation with our power. So we got to figure that out. More water melted. Okay. Gotta get into these weezeworts. And yeah. Let it drop. Nice. We'll eventually go all the way to the bottom. What is this? Oh my goodness. We have oil. Petroleum. Inbound. Yeah. That'll work. Yes. Nice and clear. Let's finish off the walkway. I think I'm looking for a place for the new research, right? Yeah, go do the research right there. Yeah, the plants have been being neglected. Let's raise their priority a little bit so they can get watered. We should be good. Ooh, what do we got? Okay, that's different. Better than the duplicates that I'm getting. Yeah. It's really not solved still. Right? Because as soon as the oxygen is backed up, hydrogen production is stopped and needs a buffer. Alright, so put this instead, bypass. So the excess will go in there and that could become a buffer. So the hydrogen should never stop. This tank is gonna really help from them stutters. We still gotta get tier 3 research done, but this is a better solution. We really, if we can get both tanks going into there, that'd be great. But I don't know, that might be some crazy pipe work. Next time on Dragon Ball Z. Ha! Peace.